There are many theme park projects that promise to redefine what was possible, parks that dared to challenge Disney and Universal's dominance, but few were as ambitious, as imaginative, or as heartbreakingly unrealized as the wonderful world of Oz. This wasn't just a nostalgic theme park based on a classic movie. This was meant to be a full-scale immersive experience, a land where you could literally go over the rainbow. A park filled with dark rides, coasters, live shows, and cutting-edge technology, all wrapped around the heart and soul of the beloved MGM classic, The Wizard of Oz. Led by Gary Goddard, a visionary designer known for his work on some of the most ambitious entertainment projects in the world, The Wonderful World of Oz had the potential to become the next great destination resort, if only it had got past the drawing board. In the early stages of its development, The Wonderful World of Oz was envisioned as more than a theme park. It was meant to be a resort experience, a complete destination designed to immerse guests in the world of Oz like never before. Gary Goddard, who spearheaded the concept, described it as a dream project. His team knew they had a timeless property, a story that had already captured generations of hearts through its message of courage, friendship, and wonder. But the goal wasn't just to retell the film. It was to expand its universe, to build a living, breathing Oz that felt like it had always existed just beyond the rainbow. As Gary Goddard put it, we knew we had a classic property that could become a theme park and a destination resort that could, if not rival Disney and Universal, certainly be a close second or third. But we were striving to make it the #1 family destination theme park in the country when we started our design concept. That kind of confidence wasn't misplaced. The creative team behind the project poured immense care and imagination into every inch of the park. Goddard even said the work that they did was every bit as good as anything ever done at Disney or Universal, and in some cases, even more innovative. The team envisioned a completely new kind of arrival experience, one that immersed guests in storytelling from the moment they stepped inside. According to the team, guests could enter the wonderful world of Oz in one of 3 unforgettable ways. The first was through a Kansas street, designed in pastel tones to mimic the black and white aesthetics of the film. As you turned a corner and walked over the rainbow, you would find yourself stepping into full Technicolor, Munchkinland in all its glory. The second was through the Gale farmhouse, Dorothy's home. Guests could tour the farmhouse until suddenly a massive twister would strike, lifting the house and sending it flying through the air, ultimately landing in Munchkinland. And the third entrance was Professor Marvel's circus, where guests could board one of the great balloons and fly up and away to the Emerald City itself. It's an arrival experience unlike anything built before. A blend of theatrical storytelling, ride mechanics, and architectural design that would have made the simple act of even entering the park one of the most memorable parts of the day. Eat your heart out, Epic Universe portals. Once inside, guests would find themselves in a fully realized world, with each area capturing the mood and magic of Oz. At the heart of it was the Emerald City, of course, a gleaming green metropolis that stood as the centerpiece of the park. Here guests could enter the Imperial Wizard of Oz show, a massive 800-seat live production that would combine stage performance, 3D film, and special effects. Very Terminator 2 3D, if you will. Another major experience was the aerial adventures over Oz, envisioned as the world's first flying experience. Think Soarin' for this one. Guests would board a massive Oz-themed airship and embark on an aerial tour of the fantastic lands of Oz, many of which had never been seen before on film. Inside the Emerald City, there was even more to discover, from the horse of a different color carousel to the Emerald City Express, a coaster designed as both a thrilling attraction and a form of transportation through the city. But not all of Oz was bright and cheerful. One of the most ambitious areas of the park was the Haunted Forest, home to the Wicked Witch of the West. This was the park's dark zone. Goddard's team intended to fully commit to the mood. Guests would walk through a dense canopy of trees that blocked out sunlight, creating a perpetual sense of dusk. Warning signs, "I'd turn back if I were you," and "Stay out," would line the path, building tension as visitors approached the witch's castle. The attractions here were just as bold. The Flying Monkey Coaster would have been an inverted roller coaster, letting guests fly alongside the Wicked Witch's minions on a mission through the forest. And Blackwater Rapids would have taken guests on a dark and foreboding river raft adventure through the witch's domain, mixing some practical effects, animatronics, and immersive set design. And that's just scratching the surface of the Wonderful World of Oz theme park. Every element of the park was designed with story and emotion at its core, a world that captured the wonder, danger, and heart of Oz in a way that no screen ever could. But unfortunately, none of this would ever happen. With a concept this rich and imaginative, it's easy to assume that the Wonderful World of Oz was destined for greatness, and for a moment, it almost was. When the concept and master plan were completed, presentations were made to potential financiers and advisors. One of those brought in to assess the project was Harrison Price, the legendary consultant who helped Walt Disney secure financing for Disneyland, and later founded the Economic Research Associates, working on countless theme park projects around the world. When Price saw the plans for the Wonderful World of Oz, his response was nothing short of glowing. He told investors, "I have seen everything that has come down the pike since Disneyland, and without a doubt, this is the best project I have ever seen since Disneyland. This is a winner." That kind of endorsement doesn't come lightly. Price's approval alone should have given the project unstoppable momentum. But as with so many ambitious theme park projects, the path from imagination to reality is rarely straightforward. While the creative vision was bold, the business side struggled to keep up. Financing, location, logistics, and licensing hurdles all played a role in slowing progress. The Wizard of Oz IP itself was also tied up into rights issues between MGM and other parties, which made development kinda complicated. Theme parks are among the most expensive entertainment ventures in the world, often costing hundreds of millions to bring to life. Without a guaranteed return or major studio backing, investors were hesitant to take the risk. Disney and Universal had set the standard for what a modern theme park could be, and their sheer financial power made it difficult for new players to compete. While the Wonderful World of Oz could have rivaled them creatively, the economic landscape made it nearly impossible to do so operationally. While a Wizard of Oz land could work at Disney or Universal, it becomes quite difficult when it's expanded out to an entire park. And so, despite glowing praise, passionate work, and honestly stunning concept art, the project quietly faded into development limbo. It became one of those what could have been stories that theme park fans still dream about today. A land of imagination left on paper, waiting for someone brave enough to bring it to life. Looking back, the Wonderful World of Oz remains one of the greatest unbuilt theme park concepts of all time. It wasn't just another attempt to cash in on a famous movie, it was a genuine work of artistry and passion. Goddard and his team weren't just recreating Oz, they were expanding it, evolving it, and using it as a foundation for new storytelling methods that would later define modern attractions. You can see many of their ideas in the theme parks of today. Immersive entrances like Epic Universe, to hybrid shows and flight simulators like at Epcot and Universal Studios. Much of what Oz proposed can be seen in today's top-tier experiences. It's bittersweet to imagine what could have been, walking through Kansas, feeling the wind of a twister carry you into another world, or soaring through the skies of Oz on an airship. This park could have stood alongside Disney and Universal as a world-class destination, not just for its rides, but for its creativity. As Goddard himself said, "We were creating some new concepts that had never been done before, all based around the heart and soul of the Wonderful World of Oz." And maybe that's why the idea still resonates. Because even though it was never built, the Wonderful World of Oz captured something timeless. And maybe that's why the idea still resonates. Because even though it was never built, like the original film, it causes us to dream and consider what might just be over the rainbow. Do you think this park would have worked if it was built? Let me know down below. And as always, remember rule number 5, relax and enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching.